In this module, you will learn how to check voters into a polling place. This module is designed to supplement the training you receive from your local county election officials. The Department of State encourages you to attend the poll worker training offered by your county before every election. Every voter who enters a polling location must check in with you, the poll workers, prior to being issued a ballot. Generally speaking, you will find their name in the poll book and present it to the voter to sign their name. Then their name will be entered onto a second list known as the numbered list of voters, and you can direct them to a voting booth to complete their ballot. There are some exceptions to this process that we will go over in just a moment, but let's talk about each of these steps in more detail first. Let's start with the poll books. Poll books contain the name, address, and date of birth of all the registered voters in the district that are eligible to vote in person. Poll books can be either paper-bound books or touchscreen tablets. The voter will state their name and you will find it in the poll book and verify that you have the correct entry. Next, the voter will sign the poll book, affirming that they have the right to cast a ballot. They'll be provided with a paper ballot or directed to the ballot marking device and vote their ballot. A second listing provides the names of all the voters in the district who have already returned an absentee or mail-in ballot to the county election office. The names on this list will not appear in the poll book. These voters are not allowed to vote using regular ballot using the equipment in the polling place, but may complete a provisional ballot which will be evaluated after Election Day. Please see the video related to provisional balloting for more information. Sometimes there are notes in the poll book that mean additional steps must be taken before the voter can be issued a ballot. Let's review these notes now. Voters who are voting for either the very first time or for the first time in their district must show ID before signing the poll book. The words ID required will be printed near their name. Only voters with this designation are required to provide ID. Acceptable forms of ID include a Pennsylvania driver's license or PennDOT ID card, ID issued by any Commonwealth agency, ID issued by the United States government, a United States passport, a United States Armed Forces ID, a student ID, or an employee ID. Acceptable forms of non-photo ID include the confirmation issued by the County Voter Registration Office, non-photo ID issued by the Commonwealth or United States government, a firearm permit, a current utility bill, current bank statement, current paycheck, or government check. Voters who requested an absentee or mail-in ballot will have a note next to their name stating remit absentee or mail-in ballot or vote provisionally. This indicates that the voter was issued an absentee or mail-in ballot and it has not yet been received by the county. The voter must hand in their absentee or mail-in ballot and the envelope with the voter's declaration to you, the poll worker, and complete the elector's declaration to surrender their mail ballot. Once the voter and the judge of elections have completed this form, the voter can sign the poll book and be directed to a voting booth to complete their ballot. The ballot and envelope should be marked as void and placed into the container specified by the county. The poll worker will also check the box in the poll book to indicate that the absentee or mail-in ballot was submitted. If they do not have their ballot or envelope, the voter is only permitted to complete a provisional ballot and should not sign the poll book or be entered onto the numbered list of voters. Voters who have already returned their ballot to the county election office are not listed in the main poll book. Their names appear on a separate list. Voters whose names are on this list may only vote provisionally. The note ATV stands for Assistance to Vote. This means that the voter has indicated that they need the assistance of another person to complete their ballot. Any person can assist them except for the judge of elections, the voter's employer, or representative of the voters' union. Any of the other poll workers may assist if asked. Basic information about the voter and the person providing assistance is entered onto the log of assisted voters. Once completed, the voter signs the poll book and is directed to a voting booth to complete their ballot. Any voter can request assistance even without the designation in the poll book. If the voter requests assistance but does not have the ATV designation, they must complete the declaration of the need of assistance to vote. Their information is then entered onto the log of assisted voters, and then they may sign the poll book and be directed to a voting booth to complete their ballot. The poll book will also identify if a voter is inactive. These voters must complete an affirmation of elector before signing the poll book and being issued a ballot. Voters can be inactive for a variety of reasons. Now, what do you do if the voter is not in the poll book? Great question. If the voter is not in the poll book, double-check the list of voters who returned an absentee or mail-in ballot and any other listings provided by your county elections office. The voter may be registered in another district. They can visit our website, vote.pa.gov, and check their registration to find their assigned polling place or call the county election office. If you find out that the voter is registered in a different precinct, the voter has two options. The first option is for the voter to go to the precinct where they are registered to vote. This is the best way to ensure that their vote is counted. In some cases, the voter might not be able to go to the precinct. This is especially true if the polls are about to close. If the voter does not go to the correct precinct, the other option is for the voter to vote by provisional ballot. If the voter chooses to vote a provisional ballot, all or part of the ballot may not be counted. For more information, refer to the module on provisional ballots. Anyone who arrives in a polling location to vote but is not eligible to receive a regular ballot is to be offered a provisional ballot, and anyone who requests a provisional ballot is to receive one. Follow the steps and recommendations in this training, and you will provide a great service to your neighbors and fellow Pennsylvanians. Elections in Pennsylvania would not be possible without your service. This concludes the training module on checking in voters. Please be sure to check out our other trainings related to provisional ballots, voters with limited English proficiency, and voters with disabilities.